Welcome to the Atto Bolden Stadium in Couva Central, Trinidad for the continuation of the Caribbean Football Union Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. About to take the field, Curaçao and French Guiana. So we just heard the anthems of Curaçao and French Guiana, the two teams about to kick off in this Group B in Tier 1 of the Caribbean Football Union Boys Under-14 Challenge Series. Let's give you the starting lineups for today's matchup. Of course, Curaçao will be stripped in all blue. In goal for them, number 1, Jean-Jacques Rigaud. Number 14, and captain Jereme Pietanella. Number 2, Elijah Mullins. Number 3, Abel Vicious. Number 5, Chris Tejihut. Number 7, Chedujovic Renis. Number 8, Asha Ignacia. Number 10, Daniel Rincon. Number 13, Kaidion Sinpao. Number 17, Seyuveric Jacob. And number 18, Nurlendi Tokai. Your starting lineup for Curaçao. French Guiana will be dressed in yellow. They'll have in goal number 16, Hugo Sante. Number 10 is the captain, Enzo Charica. Number 2, Maiwen Papadi. Number 4, Leo Josil. Number 5, Edrod Gironde. Number 7, Mateo Francois. Number 8, Chris Lim Serrano. Number 11, Kwezu Atuku. Number 12, Bahuan Cleoville. Number 13, Adam Ajibola. And number 15, Iwan Adaude. Your starting lineup for French Guiana. Your officials for this encounter will be Ariel Rodriguez, the match referee. First assistant referee, Javier Burgos. Second assistant referee, Rosa Vasquez. And your fourth official, Leon Hazard. All set then for kickoff. In our next encounter, Curaçao will be attacking from left to right, but with the touch off and running in the direction right to left of your screen, French Guiana. Of course, Curaçao being coached by Raul Triana. Team manager Tessely Mosquit. Goalkeeper coach Pablo Mark. Physiotherapist Clinton Leocadia. Team leader Ramiro Griffith. And the head coach for French Guiana, Mikhail Hamon, as we have kickoff. Assisted by Arno Klutzlen. And the team manager, Alan Mitt. Curaçao attempting to come forward. Possession won now by French Guiana. They'll go all the way back to goalkeeper Hugo Sante. And as calm as you'd like, he gets it to Gironde. Point to note, Curaçao, they have been together for almost 2 years before coming into this competition. And they train 2 to 3 times weekly in preparation. With that sort of experience together, it's expected that or rather looking for the run of Daniel Rincon, the number 10, before it's hurriedly cleared away by the French Guiana defense. Curaçao stating that having been together in a program for the better part of 2 years, they are well and truly a team. Let's see if they can put that time together to pay early dividends. They recycle possession back out to the man who swung in the corner kick, Chris Tujuit, and he is eventually unable to make headway. Instead, it's going to be a free kick now to French Guiana. Good ball played into the midfield. Out wide now with Atuku. Can't quite get the beating of his defender, and it's now a throw-in for Curaçao. Back with French Guiana. This is nice. Atuku trying to get onto the end of that one. Here they go again, trying to get up that left flank. This is the smallest player on the field. He gets around his defender. Referee Rodriguez said he saw nothing in it. That time was Kadion Cienpal trying to find some way around the Curaçao defense. Or rather, Bahoun Cleoville. Curaçao now coming forward along the left-hand flank. Possession given away and quickly won back. This ball is long. Not in the vicinity of any blue strip. And instead it's allowed to roll all the way back to the French Guiana goalkeeper, Hugo Sante. He gets them going again, and this is good one-time play to find some space for the French Guiana midfield. Eventually, though, play cut out. Here comes Curaçao. Oh, a bit of a miss and a bit of an error there defensively. Still alive for Curaçao. That time, Sinpal putting pressure onto the French Guiana defense. It's going to be a throw-in. Referee Rodriguez asked for a change of ball, as this one seems to be not at the regulation inflation measurement. And so now play will resume with a throw into Curaçao. It's mistrapped, and this is a long ball forward, asking for Cleoville to give chase. Does put some amount of pressure on the Curaçao defender, but not enough. Here they come now, Curaçao. This is patient. Rolled across to Fishers. Fishers will play this one foul to Sinpal. Cuts inside of his man and finds the cross. Cleared away now by French Guiana. This is good work. Ball played to Cleoville. Can he find room? He's just bundled over. Nothing wrong in the challenge, says referee Rodriguez. And this is now Curaçao coming forward. This ball is played towards Sinpal. He's offside and he knew it. But already both teams quite eager to try to break the lines. As we see both sets of players quite willing and also quite capable of playing the forward pass into that final third. Also quite eager to win back possession, as was demonstrated that time by Rincon. Here now Curaçao come again. Tujihout that time trying to find space, unable to find any at all, as Sante is called off his line and into action. Curaçao win it back. Ignacie. Good one-touch football. Curaçao springs them into action. They come forward now. This is Ignacia. Gets it back. And they go all the way back to goalkeeper Rigo. Breaking the line there that time. Mullens. Then it's a giveaway, and the French Guiana coming the other way. Options ahead. Instead, he goes for the shot from distance. Sharika, the captain. Here they are again. French Guiana. Foul committed by Renes. This is Adaude. Ball played out wide, asking for Francois to give chase. So 8 minutes played already in the first half in this one. Still no goals. Of two teams so far by their demonstration, quite eager to get forward. This here is French Guiana. This is the captain, Sharika. The cross comes in, and all alone on the back stick there is Francois. Lays it off Shot charged down, but it breaks now, and a shot comes in. Could this be the opening item? It is. Right on spot, Enzo Sharika to tap in for French Guiana. Great goal indeed. The build-up play exceptional. Ajibola had the shot parried away by the Curaçao goalkeeper, Rigo. And eventually, Johnny on the spot was Enzo Sharika to tap in the opening item 9 minutes in. In the meantime, there will be a stoppage for treatment to one of the Curaçao players, who remains down in the aftermath of the opening item being scored by French Guiana. He's on his feet now and will leave gingerly. Seems to be Jacob. Meantime, play resumes. Curaçao will, for the time being, be short-handed. And it seems as though they are actually forced into a substitution. As we see a player just receiving his final instructions down near the dugout. Will that substitution be made in time to before French Guiana comes ahead again? That time, Cleoville making himself a nuisance, forcing Curaçao into the defensive action. Here they come again now, French Guiana, with the Sharika cross. Floating idly behind for a goal kick to Curaçao rather. They play it short, still not ready to make the substitution just yet. And now they go long looking for Rincon. It's well defended though by French Guiana, out for a throw-in on this near side. Curaçao now. Rincon had gone offside. Meanwhile, the substitution will be confirmed for Curaçao. The player out is Tokai. And in is number 4, Simon Carreño. French Guiana earns themselves a free kick, a corner kick rather, from the far side. The captain and the goal scorer will take charge. Coming up on 13 minutes in. So once again, confirmation of the early substitution for Curaçao. Nerlendi Tukai is out, and in is Simon Carreño, number 4. Meanwhile, this French Guiana corner kick is overhit and not well directed. Even though Iwan Aduade tried to keep it in. It's a throw into Curaçao, thrown down the line towards Rincon. He's kept at bay. Here now throw into French Guiana. Gironde aiming toward Clearville. Another free kick now to French Guiana. Gironde thinks about playing it forward, instead goes across. Another free kick, this time referee points in favor of Curaçao. As we have another look at the goal, the man inside there all alone for the initial shot. Atuku forcing the save, but unable to get it far away from goal enough was goalkeeper Jean-Jacques Rigaud. Pushed it instead right onto the foot of French Guiana captain Enzo Chirica. And that's how they now lead 1-0. 15 minutes played here at the Atterbolden Stadium. Match number 2 of the day. Group B in Tier 1 of this CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. Earlier, we witnessed a drubbing from Puerto Rico on their opponent, St. Martin. Here, an opportunity for either of these two teams to get their campaign off to a winning start as well. So it's the CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series on a cool afternoon here at the Atterbolden Stadium in Couva, Central Trinidad. French Guiana with a lead, looking to build something more here. This is Chirica, the goal scorer, looking to pick out Atuku. He gives chase, but it's well defended. For Curaçao, eventually get it away. This is cool stuff. Ball played into Clearville. Small but full of heart. That time unable to pick a pass, and here comes Curaçao now. This ball is now with Rincon. All goes the other way. Curaçao along the right-hand side, they go all the way back. This ball's played into midfield for Adaude. Goes back. This now is Gironde. Chirica ahead of him, who gets it now. Check his run, plays this ball inside to Tuku. This is an interesting shot, just floating over the head of Rigaud, and he was able to get just enough of it to keep it out. But it threatened to just dip inside the far post for a moment. And now Curaçao come forward. This is Sinpao. As referee Rodriguez initiates the cooling break in the first half of this affair. French Guiana in the ascendancy. It's a 1-0 lead and almost nearly made it 2. This was how they opened scoring. All alone there was Jelo Atuku to force the save. And then the captain, Charika, on hand. This was just a short moment ago. That was a floating cross in from Atuku. It required the attention of Rigo. In the end, he was able to avoid any potential embarrassment and keeps it at just a 1-0 deficit for his team, Curaçao, trailing French Guiana as we come to the end now of the cooling break for the remainder of this first half. So the goal coming in the 9th minute, courtesy of French Guiana's captain, Enzo Sherika. And it is his goal that continues to separate these two teams early on here this afternoon at the Atto Bolden Stadium. And it is the team that has boasted of being together for the better part of 2 years that finds themselves trailing in this match. Technical director for the Curaçao Federation, Dean Gore, has also stated that they would like this tournament to provide a measuring stick as to how well that program, that 2-year program, has fared. So it's not necessarily about winning this tournament, but certainly putting into practice what has been really imparted to these players over the last 2 years. And they are saying that as a small island, it would mean the world to them to be able to come out of this competition with a win. You saw a flash at goal coming in that time. A long free kick punted forward. The header only half clearing the danger, and then the shot from Tujuit just outside of that top corner for Curaçao. In the end, though, out of it, they'll get a corner kick. Asha Ignacia will oversee. Whips it in now. A good-looking ball does find a Curaçao head. French Guiana unable to clear, and the player looking, twisting and turning, trying to find space, unable to do so before it's eventually booted away now by the French Guiana defender. Curaçao finally finding their way, finding their feet to be able to cause some sort of threat rather to the French Guiana defense. Here they come again. Still alive. French Guiana keeping it in. This is fancy footwork cleared by Giron, but only as far as Curaçao's Vicious, and he's trying now to find a way through for them. Again, here's Tujuit. Picked it up in a similar position a bit earlier. Fired in a shot that time, unable to do so. And French Guiana almost giving it away. In fact, they do so now with a really wild swing of the boot by Atuku. And then the cross comes in. Good looking cross there from Curaçao's Renes, but well gathered by Hugo Sante, alert to any danger that the lurking Rincon may have posed. Collecting that ball really without any hassle. Here comes Renes now in collaboration with Rincon. Curaçao give away possession again, and this is French Guiana. This is Atuku. checks his run. Tries to find some space now, but he's well guarded by Mullins. It's a really midfield battle ensuing here for Curaçao. Come away with it. This is Rincon in time and space. He has one to his left. Tries to find the run of Renas. In the meantime, two Curaçao players remain grounded. Referee Rodriguez only now spots the injured player. One of them being Seen Pal, and the other seemingly requiring more urgent attention. Writhing in pain. Seems to be Asha Ignacia. Back on his feet now, but unfortunately, as we all know, as dictated by the rules of the game, any player requiring attention or stoppage for attention will have to leave the field of play before being allowed to return after the resumption. Referee Rodriguez turns possession to Curaçao. They'll try to build something now. Of passes fired in towards Tujuit. And handball is spotted by referee Rodriguez. So it's going to be a free kick to Curaçao. 25 yards or so out. Up comes the captain, Dream Pietinella. Cluster of blue being carefully manned by a cluster of yellow ahead of this free kick. It's Pietinella now. He'll go for goal. It's floating, it's moving, it's swerving, but eventually collected quite assuredly by Sante for French Guiana. And some crunching challenges coming in. Meanwhile, Atuko tries to go off on a run here before another challenge goes flying in. Elijah Mullins that time. Referee Rodriguez moved to caution the player. So yellow card now shown to Mullins. 27th minute of play. And this is going to result in a free kick for French Guiana. Meanwhile, the player down is Atuku. He'll also need some urgent attention. So, as we have this stoppage, maybe as good a time as any to remind you of how French Guiana has managed so far to find themselves into a 1-0 lead. As referee Rodriguez reminds the staff as well as the player that they should evacuate the field of play before being able to return. Tuku it is. And Chiron stands over the free kick now for French Guiana. Only two situated in the penalty area, but soon joined by a third, and now Curaçao get it away. This is Tujuit turning nicely on a dime before he's tackled out of possession. Ball played forward now. Carreño, the early first half substitute for Curaçao, working to earn his team a throw-in. Possession returned to French Guiana. Clearville asked to chase after this one. Does so. For clattering into the defender, Curaçao's Jacob. And he comes out feeling worse for wear, Clearville. Before being helped to his feet again by referee Rodriguez. Approaching the half-hour mark. This one for Clearville is bundled to the ground again. He's really been in the wars for French Guiana, doing a lot of the early running as an almost isolated front man. Free kick now to French Guiana. It's played out wide on that right-hand side to Francois. He'll think about taking on his man, does so. Only has one across the area. Clearville is arriving late. Still Francois now. And Curaçao able to break with it. This is Rincon. Plays outside as Pal. He tries to go for the early pass. Picked up now by Vicious. Before it's defended and put out of play by Ajibola for French Guiana. Throw into Curaçao. Half an hour played, 5 minutes remaining in the first half here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. And it is French Guiana in the lead. A lead provided in the 9th minute by their captain, Enzo Sherika, following up on the shot from Joelo Atuko that was saved by Jean-Jacques Rigaud. But the goalkeeper was unable to recover to prevent Sherika from hitting the back of the net from just about 4 yards out. And that's how French Guiana has assumed the early lead in this one. Group B action in Tier 1 of the CFU Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. This is Sherika now, fighting for space. Eventually robbed of possession. This is Rincon. Plays it out wide to Renus. Can't catch it before it runs out of play. Throw in to French Guiana. So the battle continues here at the Atto Bolden Stadium as either team continues to try to take full control. While French Guiana is in the lead, cannot be said that they are in absolute control of this encounter. Certainly they would like to push for something more before halftime. And likewise, Curaçao have been able to create some moments without quite being able to affect the scoreline. But they come forward again, this time losing out, and some indecision between the French Guiana right-sided players allows Curaçao to pick up possession once more. This ball now is just a bit overcooked for Pal. Runs out of play now for a throw-in to French Guiana. Giron Gets it to Adaude. Gironde with the clearance. It skims off the back of the Curaçao player and will allow French Guiana to have another throw-in. Just about 1 minute of regulation time remaining. This is a ball to Francois. Does nicely, but eventually loses out to Carreño. This is Renes. He has Carreño to his outside. Instead tries to lift it over for the run of Rincon. Hugo Sante was well aware and well alert, well positioned eventually to clean up. French Guiana now will come forward again. This is a good ball into the path of Francois, but eventually commits the foul. That sends the ball in the opposite direction. Fourth official, Leon Hazard, prepares his board to display 4 minutes of additional time at the end of this first half. 4 minutes added on time in the first half of this encounter. Currently it sees French Guiana with the narrow 1-0 lead. Curaçao meanwhile will have a free kick all the way over on the far side, and it's punted forward onto a French Guyanese head. Here they come again now, Curaçao. Another clash of bodies. This time Clearville against Mullens, and they exchange a sporting handshake. Both acknowledging that there was nothing malicious intended. Still, it's a free kick to Curaçao. The offside flag has been raised, although it's Rincon that gets the ball into the back of the net for them. It would be interesting to see via the replay what was spotted there by assistant referee Burgos, who flagged offside as we have a look at it. Yeah, and it just seems as though the player there coming back from an offside position was Sien Pal. Just as the free kick was taken, eventually the ball ran through to Rincon, who got it into the back of the net, but Sien Pal would have affected play and rightfully called by the officials. Meanwhile, this is Tujuit. Rincon now, he's onside this time, and a good tackle by Gironde coming inside from his wide left fullback position. Put his body on the line that he's still down in some amount of pain, and referee Rodriguez will signal for medical treatment to be rendered to the player on the field. It would be nice to have a look at that again, because Gironde, who has been employed quite efficiently down this left-hand side, he noticed that there would have been an opportunity for a Curaçao attack, and he drifted inward and was right on spot to make that challenge. Certainly would have surprised the front man for Curaçao, Rincon, who cut inside looking for more room. He cut inside of his defender, looking for more room, only to be confronted by Gironde, who had tucked in instinctively to avoid any danger. So far, it's been pretty even between these two teams. French Guiana may pat themselves on the back for being able to create maybe a chance or two of more significance than their opponents. one of which was converted by the captain Sharika, Enzo Sharika, in the 9th minute. But credit to Curaçao. They've been able to remain quite competitive, as we saw just in that instance. They've put in the challenges when necessary. They've tried to play very direct, getting those early balls directed toward the lone forward in Rincon. And on the odd occasion, they have put French Guiana under some pressure, as they did this time, and stealing possession. Eventually playing it through to Sinpal, and he's trying to cut inside of his man. Vicious was the man that played a really delightful ball through. Here he is now on the ball again, Vicious. But they lose out in possession. Curaçao, before a foul is spotted by referee Rodriguez. He pulls the play back to allow Curaçao with this latest free kick opportunity. So yes, the Curaçao team certainly has acquitted themselves quite well in this opening encounter. And while the French Guiana goal was well deserved and well worked, the scoreline certainly does a bit of injustice to Curaçao, as they try for one more attempt goalward before referee Rodriguez brings the first half to its conclusion to signal French Guiana into the break at halftime at the end of the first 35 with a slender 1-0 lead. That goal scored by the captain Enzo Sharika in the 9th minute. Since then, both teams have slugged away trying to further affect the scoreline. Meantime though, from the Atto Bolden Stadium, it's French Guiana 1, Curaçao 0 at halftime. This was another look at the goal at Tuco. The ball ran through to him, and he put his left boot through it, forcing the save from Rigo. There was Captain Sharika right on spot. This was Sharika again, combining with Atuko in the reverse order this time. His floated cross required Rigo to make the save. As I mentioned, Curaçao did have their opportunities. This one was from the right boot of Chris Tujuit and forced a corner kick out of it. Then here, the goal that they thought would have stood, it didn't, because the assistant referee on this near side spotted that Sinpal had drifted offside. And so it means that the score line remains unaffected after Sharika's 9th minute item for French Guiana, taking them into the interval with the 1-0 advantage. Welcome back to the Atto Bolden Stadium in Couva, Central Trinidad, as the players get ready to return to the field of play in this Group B action, Tier 1 of the CFU Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. French Guiana against Curaçao. In the first half, we would have seen the boys in yellow. French Guiana take a 1-0 lead in the 9th minute through their captain, number 10, Enzo Sharika. Since then, they have been in the ascendancy as Curaçao in blue has attempted to try to find them way back. They have made 3 substitutions to start this second half. Curaçao introducing number 11, Geladino Floranus. Number 9, the man on the ball just now, Sergiano Winster. And number 6, Thiago Schob. So 3 introductions to start the second half by Curaçao. French Guiana, meanwhile, with their 1-goal advantage, will be attempting to add to that. In this second period of play. Here they come along the left side. But Curaçao win back possession. Here they come now through Mullens. He has 1 player on the outside in support, but he can't keep that ball in play. Meanwhile, this is a throw-in for French Guiana along the left side. Here they come now with Cleoville. Well defended by Jacob. So it's going to be another throw-in for the French Guiana outfit. Cleoville doing his utmost down that left side, but he's well defended by Curaçao, and it will only result in a goal kick for Curaçao. They played quickly. This ball is floated up, looking towards Tijuit, but headed away by French Guiana's Ajibola. Here is Curaçao again now. Switch of the play by the incoming Thiago Schob. And here they come again, building from the back. This is the captain, Jereme Pietinella. Floats this one up toward Winster. And that could have been collected outside of the area. Well spotted by referee Rodriguez. Hugo Sante tried to just usher it back into safety, into the penalty area. but under the pressure by Winster, forced into the infringement and shown a yellow card. So it's going to be a free kick as we have a look at it one more time. Sante just waiting for it to roll back into the 18-yard. But Winster applied the pressure. And now Curaçao will have a free kick in a very decent position, very centralized at the very edge of the penalty area. A number of players are interested. Including the captain. Is going to be an indirect free kick. The referee Rodriguez instructs the great yellow wall to remain in play, and that's a good strike by Pietranella off the upright and back out. He did eventually get onto the rebound himself as well, but could not direct it goalward. What a strike by Pietranella. He kept it low, he kept it on target, and Sante didn't have a chance. Luckily for him, the upright behind him was able to keep Pietranella's free kick out. Here now they come again though, Curaçao. This is Shub, floats this one in looking for Vicious, or rather Tijuhut. Tijuhut on the turn. What a fantastic volley. A left-footed strike from the diminutive number 5. Pulls Curaçao level. 1-1. Game on in the 36th minute. Another look at it, the loose ball, and Tijuhut just on the turn, able to clip it over Hugo Sante, and that is the equalizer. The scores now level. Curaçao 1, French Guiana 1. And we have a game on our hands. They have knocked on the door repeatedly, French Guiana, or rather Curaçao, and here they do have their reward at long last. Chris Tijuhut with the goal that has brought them level. Curaçao, in the meantime, French Guiana will take the opportunity to make a substitution of their own. The man leaving the field, Iwan Adaude, and entering is Tyler Hartino. So it's game on here at the Atamolden Stadium. 1-1. Curaçao re-energized after that equalizer. Here they come now. This is a good move along the left, trying to get in. This is Tijuhut again. What an intervention before Sante eventually gathers the loose ball. The man bombing forward from his left back position, Simon Carreño for Curaçao. Here we see it again. He got around his man and cut it back toward the penalty area. Tijuhut with the side-footed attempt, just intercepted by the retreating French Guiana defender to keep scores level at 1 apiece. All happening here. French Guiana being asked to defend more than they would like, for sure, as Curaçao has finally found wind in this match and are able to come forward and threaten with much more regularity. So their tactical changes and changes in personnel seem to have worked like a charm. Here they come again. This is Carreño. To the outside of him is Renes. Renes is forced backward. Goes now to his captain, Pietinella. This is Jacob. Trying to play it forward. Picked up now by Vicious. Trying to pick out the run of Tijehout, the goal scorer. French Guiana forced all the way back to Hugo Sante. He'll clear it. This is now substitute, and this is a good ball looking toward. And what a strike! Wow! What a hit from the substitute, Gelardino Floranus. He was onto that loose ball in a hurry and put his left foot through it. Sante seemed to have it covered. But boy, oh boy, what a goal that would have been. And again, Curaçao finding some rhythm, finding some spaces in and around the penalty area of their opponents, and able to continuously put French Guiana under some pressure. And it also brings some joy to their small but very loud supporting troop in the stands, who have erupted into song here, continuing to encourage their team on as they look to find, perhaps for the first time in this match, a lead goal. This now is Winster. Back to Vicious. Vicious will try to play it through for Floranus. It's cut out by Giron and punted upfield. Curaçao eager to keep French Guiana pinned back into their own half. They managed to once again get the ball up quickly, just when French Guiana was thinking to try to push on. And they have asked their opponents to remain on the back foot. And here they come now, French Guiana. This is a good ball by, that's Cleoville to release the runner. And that's a wild challenge coming in from the player, Jacob. He's shown the yellow card by referee Rodriguez. And he had to make the challenge, didn't he? As bearing down on goal that time for the French Guiana team was Atuku. And he was just upended to put an end to the threatening run. But it's still going to be a free kick to French Guiana in a really decent position. Can French Guiana find something that would finally be able to put them back into a lead? They've led for so long in this match. All the way back in the 9th minute was when their captain Enzo Sharika opened scoring in this afternoon's match. And the goal for Curaçao, that now has things on level pegging again, didn't come until the second half. Here's French Guiana with the free kick. It's a good looking one, but it's well attended to by Rigo in goal for Curaçao, and he boots this one upfield. Winster is after it. He gets the better of his defender. Winster still in possession, but the retreating French Guiana defense able to mop things up sufficiently. This is going to only go as far as Renes, and he can't keep it in. Throw into French Guiana. Renes swings this one up, but it's picked up now by the French Guiana defense. This is Giron. He has two runners ahead of him, including his captain. Can he get there? He doesn't, not before the intervention of Rigo, who bowls this one out now to the goal scorer for Curaçao, Tijout. Throw in now to French Guiana. Swarming forward, this Curaçao team. They sense that they perhaps have French Guiana on the ropes. And maybe there's an opportunity here for them to steal a lead for the first time. This is Carreño will get this one away, but only as far as Francois. Good tackle. Now comes Tijoux to stride forward for Curaçao. Here's Floranos, cuts inside, and he's asking Renes to get on his bicycle, or rather Winster. Here he is now, Winster. He has support, but he's gonna take the run on himself before eventually being flagged for offside. Meanwhile, a yellow card is going to be shown to the Curaçao bench. Or maybe it's Winster himself, because he seemed to be off the field actually, and that is not allowed without the permission of the referee. And just when that ball was played toward him, even I didn't pick him out. It seemed as though it was played towards Renes, but Winster was the intended target, and although he was off the field of play seeking refreshment. Here now come French Guiana again. It's a battle on that left-hand side. Trying to get the better of his man was Jello Atuku, but he was well defended by Jacob for Curaçao. As things stand, it's 1-1 between Curaçao and French Guiana, as the referee Rodriguez sees to it that this player is off the field. And this is how we got started all the way back in the 9th minute. Johnny on the spot, Enzo Sharika to put away the rebound. And then in the second half, Tijoux alive and alert inside the area to the loose ball, and on a swivel, a left-footed volley as sweet as ever has Curaçao level again in this match at 1 apiece. Fouls being committed regularly now as either team senses that the game might be on the line. They are putting their all into defending the position of the match as it currently stands. Certainly they know that they have to keep things this way for as long as possible before even thinking about going after a winner. Here is Enzo Sharika over this free kick for French Guiana. 4 to aim at in and around the penalty area. He'll go directly at goal. God, he watched it all the way, Rigo, and was able to collect it first time of asking. And now he tries to get his team on the way. That time unable to make something more of it was Floranos. French Guiana now in possession. This is Gironde. Brings it around to Leo Josil. Played into the midfield for Serrano, and he's fouled. Just in time for referee Rodriguez to signal the cooling break. And believe me, these players need to cool off, because it's certainly been happening at quite a pace, things here at the Archibald Stadium, as either of them go after what could potentially be a winner in this afternoon's matchup. French Guiana took the lead in the 8th minute, and they've continued to lead for most of the match before eventually the intervention of Tijoux, and just an idea of just how much this means to them, the aggression in the tackles that we've seen in this match throughout. Indication that either team senses that there could be something in it for them. Making the most of their time out in the middle, putting their bodies on the line. As it stands, things still even. One all. In the meantime, this will be a free kick to French Guiana. Gironde over it, clips this one in toward the captain. It's onto a Curaçao head, and giving chase is the Curaçao attacker, and then good save there, brave goalkeeping by Rigo after the cross was floated in by Francois, asking for the French Guiana heads to go up. In the end, though, they've only succeeded in committing a foul that eases the pressure on Curaçao for the moment. Free kick now. So all the way through all of the blue shirts. And this is Winster, as we've seen before. He doesn't give up on them very easily. That time, putting Sante under some pressure. It's going to be a throw-in now to Curaçao. Carreño gets it back, plays this one in toward Winster. It's cleared away by French Guiana. Allowed to drop. Cleoville. Jacob battling away. It's going to roll now to Mullens. He keeps it in. The goal scorer, Tijuit, wants it. It's a bit too strong, the pass in. Sante now. Rolls this one out to Francois. Ahead of him is Cleoville. Chasing back is Renas for Curaçao. Doing yeoman service for his team, and this is Vicious now. Tijuit. And the captain, Pietranella, gets past a couple challenges. This is Tijuit. He goes down. Winster onto the loose ball. A good save by Sante. Still going goalward. And Gironde just to clear it on the goal line. And boy, oh boy, it's all happening. Chaos, confusion, drama here at the Atterbolden Stadium. Gironde in the wake of that goal-saving clearance. As we have another look, Winster was bearing down. A good save by Sante, and a second save just to slow it down enough for Gironde to get back and make the clearance of the line. And it seems as though in extending himself and exerting himself, he's injured. Meanwhile, Curaçao has made a switch. Vicious is off, and the player coming in, number 16, Shedion Marta. In the meantime, play has been stopped for the treatment to Gironde. Referee Rodriguez asserts that another player may need treatment. For Curaçao, it looks to be Mullens. Gironde, meanwhile, has exited the field but seems to be okay to carry on. He'll make his way around to the halfway mark along the far side touchline. As we have another look at that chance there. Winster with the effort, and two good saves by Sante to keep things interesting before Gironde was able to get in the clearance. And now play will finally be able to resume with a throw-in. Mullens is the man off the field currently for Curaçao. They'll have another throw-in here now. This is a loose ball, eventually dealt with by French Guiana. A heavy touch by Carreño. Ball stolen away by Francois. This now is a good-looking ball by Atuko, switching the point of attack. This is for French Guiana, Cleoville. Cleoville tries to get past his man, commits the foul. That time, Shub just on the edge of the area. He had to time that very well. Could have very easily have been a penalty, as you see Cleoville just getting around him, and he tried to use his body there to get it in between the man and the ball, Shub. But in the end, commits the foul, and it's going to be a free kick to French Guiana. Sharika is coming over now to spot the ball. Seems as though Curaçao will remain short-handed for the time being. Newlands doesn't seem to be able to carry on in this match, and so they may soon be forced into a substitution. This is a good-looking set-piece routine. Couple swings and a few misses. Spares Curaçao any further misery. And eventually they are forced to concede a throw-in from it all. As we see the substitution confirmed, Mullens is the player that cannot carry on for Curaçao. And coming in is number 19, Salim Mariana. So just about 10 minutes remaining. Still locked at 1 apiece between Curaçao and French Guiana here at the Atterbolden Stadium. French Guiana on the back foot. Guidons leaves it. This now is Tijout, and the captain Pietanella tries to play Winster in. He's in a more advanced role now, Pietanella, trying to affect play. This is a good tackle coming in for Carreño. He had to get there because around him and behind was Cleoville. Here he is now, Cleoville, trying to use his speed against Carreño. Does well enough, but the throw-in will go in favor of Curaçao. Carreño gets this one clear. We met by Jacob. Now Ajibola to Serrano. And he's fouled. Free kick to French Guiana. Player down appears to be Shub for Curaçao. Let's have another look. Serrano there, put under pressure by Shub, and both players just tumbling over. Shub still down. Serrano has long since left the scene. And it's going to be a free kick then to French Guiana as soon as Shub is returned to full fitness. It's been a really interesting affair so far between these two teams as we have another look at this chance that could have put Curaçao ahead. The captain, Pietranella, with the low drive from the free kick, smacking the upright. And then here again, they came forward. Another chance to Tijuit, who has been so involved in everything positive for them. Curaçao, that time, thwarted. French Guiana did have their chances as well, but it's really more or less been Curaçao's half. Seeing them pull a goal back to return to level pegging, and they have continued to try and test the French Guiana defense. In the meantime, though, it's French Guiana with this latest effort. It's a free kick. It's going to be their number 11 going direct for goal. They've really not been shy of taking a chance or two from that sort of range. And that time, it was the man Atuku putting his laces through it. Simple save, though, in the end for Rigo. And now French Guiana back in possession. This is Charika. This is a good ball around the corner, asking Cleoville to go in chase. But he had straight offside. Free kick now to Curaçao. Chiron under it for French Guiana, and he'll send it the other way. Throw into Curaçao. French Guiana now. There's a spare man over on this right side. Instead of playing it directly, Serrano, he's trying to play it through. This is Pietranella now. Captain, Curaçao. Dwells a bit too long, and Francois is allowed to get back. Cleoville then loses out. This is Charika sending Atuku on his way. Atuku with one to beat. He blasts past him. He does get the shot off. Atuku with the goal. It's been a long time coming. French Guiana will be grateful for this chance and this effort. He removes his jersey. Of course, we know that's going to be an automatic booking, something that you don't want to see at this level, but it just kind of speaks to the level of their relief at being able to finally get this goal. They've been put under significant pressure in the last 20 minutes or so by Curaçao as the Dutch-speaking nation has tried to find a lead in this one, as we see referee Rodriguez having a word with Atuku and letting him know that he's been cautioned for the removal of his jersey. It was a fantastic move indeed. The goal scorer, or the earlier goal scorer for French Guiana, and their skipper, Charika, just playing that ball in behind the defender and allowing Atuku to run onto it. He still had some work to do and thought he would have had a clearer opportunity once he blasted past his defender, but he did well enough to maintain composure, maintain possession, just poke that one beyond Rigo to make it 2-1 in favor of French Guiana. And with just about 3.5 minutes remaining, you would sense that they have done enough to win this one. But here they are coming again just to see if they could find any insurance. Serrano smartly decides to hold things up a bit. This is Cleoville. He's been a willing runner this time, going again, and he's just being held off before eventually committing the foul that time. And the defender for Curaçao doing the defending was their big man at the back. They're coming across Jacob to see off any danger. But here they give it away again, and this is Charika. He can strike them. He does have a strike, seeing that Rigo was perhaps out of position slightly. That one is off the mark, though, and doesn't trouble. Now here they go again. Curaçao trying to play things out from the back. They give it away again to Charika. Plays a nice 1-2 with Cleoville, and then a really stern and strong challenge by Jacob. does enough because they're going the other way now, Curaçao. This is Renus. He is offside. So it's happening on both ends right now. As we see three players are actually down in the Curaçao half, including the man that put in that strong challenge. That was Jacob, as well as the man that he challenged for that earlier chance, which was French Guiana's Sharika. They're both down, and so too is Cleoville, who is now back to his feet as we have another look at the goal. This was Sharika playing a beautiful through ball to Atuku. He was given a challenge by Jacob, but he was the stronger man in the challenge and able to just get his shot off to beat Rigo and affect the scoreline, putting French Guiana back into the lead in this one. The second time they've led in this match. This time 2-1, and we see just about 5 minutes of additional time being showed by the fourth official. So there are going to be 5 minutes added on at the end of this second period, which means that, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats because it is not done just yet. Still 5 minutes left to be played, and at 2-1, French Guiana not quite out of the woods. Curaçao would certainly be thinking that they can, in fact, get something that will pull them level again in this one for a second time. French Guiana, they would want to finally, once and for all, put this game to bed if they can somehow find a third goal in this remaining additional time. Jacob has sprinted around to the half line and awaits the approval of the referee to return to play. The referee does in fact signal him on now, Jacob. And rather than retreating to his defensive position, he has joined the attack. So it's an interesting tactic here by Curaçao. They'll sacrifice a man defensively to add numbers to the attack as they search for an equalizer. This is Carreño putting this ball forward, picked up by Ajibola. Curaçao now living dangerously. And possession returned to French Guiana. Sharika, this is Atuko, he'll have a go, and it just flashes across the front of the goal. It didn't seem as though Rigo was too worried about it, but certainly it was worth a go in the eyes of Atuko. And now here comes Curaçao. This is Shub dropping deep, and he's dwelling on it. He's hurried and hassled by Cleoville. Cleoville just escapes to be able to get the shot off, but the save was made, and this now is Sharika. He's asking for a penalty. He gets it. Curaçao just losing their way in the end period here, diving into the challenges and making some tackles that they need not have a commit to. And here we see again Sharika picking it up. He's being defended, and then just a robust shoulder check, it seemed, coming in from Curaçao's Shadion Martha, the substitute. And Sharika, he knew what he had to do at that point. Absorb the contact and go down. Referee Rodriguez obliges that this is warranted, or rather has warranted, a penalty kick. And it's going to be Sharika. He already has a goal and an assist, and certainly is a shoo-in for the man of the match. If he can put this one away, it will be no doubt who's going home with that lovely hamper at the end of proceedings this afternoon. Referee Rodriguez wants the players to await his whistle before they encroach on the penalty spot. And here up steps Sharika, and he smacks it in off the base of the upright to put it away once and for all. It's going to be French Guiana with the win in this Group B encounter. They lead now 3-1, and it's only moments remaining in this affair. Too much to ask of Curaçao. Sharika, the picture of calm and poise as he stepped up to smack it in off the cross, the base of the upright. And of course, valiant attempt at it by Rigo. It seemed as though he did get a hand to it, but not strong enough to prevent it from going in. And that is the goal that French Guiana would have been searching for, but still some time left in this. And Curaçao will be thinking of how they can get themselves into a position to score, as we see the players are rushing in now after the foul. And it's good to see that their teammates themselves are admonishing them and urging them against any ill-advised action in this final period of the match. Curaçao with the free kick. It's going to be their captain, Pietanella. And at this point, one would think that he'd either go straight to goal or dink this forward, as he eventually does. Still alive, and an overhead kick coming in by Jacob. Doesn't trouble the French Guiana defense much, neither the goalkeeper, Sante, who will take his time to retrieve this ball behind the goal post. Take the opportunity to eat away at some of the remaining seconds. And well and truly, it seems as though French Guiana has done enough to take all 3 points in this one, as referee Rodriguez is on the brink, on the verge of putting an end to proceedings. He does so now. That's the final whistle here from the Ato Boldon Stadium. A hard-fought win for French Guiana, 3-1 over Curaçao, and it puts them level on points with their fellow Group B Tier 1 counterparts, Puerto Rico. However, it's Puerto Rico in the ascendancy quite clearly, following their 6-0 drubbing earlier today over St. Martin. For now, though, Curaçao unable to match up to their counterparts from French Guiana. It's French Guiana, final score, coming away with a 3-1 win over Curaçao here at the Ato Boldon Stadium. In a short bit, we will join in with the presentation of the Man of the Match award. Before that, however, a reminder of how things would have panned out here at the Ato Boldon Stadium via our highlights reel. And certainly it was action-packed from start to finish in this one, as French Guiana comes away with the victory in the end, 3-1. We see the presentation of the Man of the Match, and it goes to none other than the young number 12 for French Guiana, Bawan Cleoville. And certainly a deserving man because of the selfless running that he's done for his team all 70 minutes today. He's put his body on the line. He's gone into the challenges despite his quite inferior size to much of his opponents. And here he is, all smiles and joining in his teammates after picking up the Man of the Match award, Bawan Cleoville. Certainly some fun scenes here at the Ato Boldon Stadium. Final score once more, French Guiana, those boys in yellow, coming away with a 3-1 full-time win over Curaçao at the end of 70 action-packed minutes here at the Ato Boldon Stadium. Let's have a look at proceedings again. As early as the 8th minute of play, there was the captain for French Guiana onto the spillage from the Curaçao goalkeeper. That was Enzo Sharika, and then Atuko, who would later influence scoring. He had a chance that time, but it was kept out. And then Pietanella for Curaçao with the low free kick driven off the base of the upright before they finally found their goal. Tijout with the swivel volley that got them back level. They continued to attack after that. They found themselves wanting to affect the scoreline, Curaçao, but they just could not find anything. Meanwhile, on the other end, French Guiana also slowly got themselves back into it. This was perhaps one of their better chances late in the game. Curaçao, the man Winters coming on as a substitute, and he made Asante. He actually forced Asante into 2 saves before the clearance off the goal line. And then this one really put the game to bed. The captain for French Guiana, Sherika, he won the penalty kick rather, and then slotted it in himself to affect a 3-1 final result in this one, live from the Ato Bolden Stadium. Group B action in Tier 1 of the CFU Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. That's the way things have crumbled. 2 excellent matches on offer today at the Ato Bolden Stadium. The first, which saw Puerto Rico come away with a 6-0 win over St. Martin. And of course, the one you just witnessed, French Guiana 3, Curaçao 1.
It doesn't matter if you speak English or if your native tongue is French, Spanish, or Dutch. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, young or young at heart. We in the Caribbean Football Union speak the same language. Football.
Football.
Football. Football.
Football.
And we speak with one voice.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiple